Hello, our TTC community. It's me again. I have not made a video since my first video almost a year ago, which was uh, June of 2016. I was having a hysteroscopic myomectomy to basically remove a myoma in my uterus, in my uterine cavity that's preventing me from having babies. At least that's what I was told. And I had the surgery, and come to find out, the doctor, he, instead of removed the fibroid, he just shaved the fibroid. And I'll explain why that doesn't really help me in my situation. It might help, in someone else's situation, but my specific situation, it didn't help me at all. Okay, so that was back in July 2016. So then I moved to another city. So I had to get another OBGYN. I had sought a fertility specialist in the first place to get that diagnosis of the fibroid, and I had to change REs and everything. So I moved to my new city in the end of July 2016. And I go to my your checkup after the surgery. I went to my checkup after the surgery, and he said, everything looked good, and basically I didn't even need the checkup, but I wanted the checkup, because I want to start having babies, So anyways, he referred me to an OBG, and I went to the OBG in November of last year, 2016. And she was like, oh, okay, well, you have all the signs of PCOS, because I ended up going and getting a yearly done with her, and they did a whole bunch of blood tests and all that kind of stuff. So she confirmed again that I had PCOS. Okay, big surprise. So I don't ovulate normally. My periods are very erratic if I don't take metformin. If I take metformin, then it's pretty much on a 34-day cycle, which I know that for normal people who have normal periods, that's a long cycle. But my period can go all the way from 40 days, 50 days. I've been a whole year without a period. So for a 34-day cycle, that's pretty regular for me. So anyways, the doctor prescribed me Clomid. I took Clomid in November, 50 milligrams. I'm not sure. No, I did ovulate. I ovulated. I got a test, one of those clear blues, and it says yes or no. It's not a peak point or anything. It's just a yes or no. So every day it kept saying no, and then one day it said yes, and so we did the do, and ain't nothing come from it. So December came, and I voiced my concern to my doctor. Was like, well, I saw that PCOS can get a false positive for ovulation. And she's like, you're right. So we can go ahead and order the 21-day blood test to see if you ovulated. So she went ahead and upped my dosage to 100. So I went and got the blood test to 21 days out, and come to find out I did ovulate according to the blood test. So that's not the problem. So then I took a month off because I was, all this devastation and stuff. And then I tried it one more time. I was going, I went on a trip to Cancun with my guy, and I was like, you know what, this might be the best situation, because that period that we were going to be in Cancun was actually my fertility week, my fertile week. And I was like, okay, well, that might just be, my sign, and I'm going to be calm and not thinking about it, and we're just going to go enjoy Cancun and everything that it has to offer. Well, we're back up to today, and obviously it didn't happen. So after that, I had my OBG to refer me to an RE, fertility specialist out here. And so I went to there, and she said that, we needed to perform an HSG. And I said, well, I already had one a few years ago. And she was like, well, we just want to make sure, because it has been a few years. We want the most updated, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I went for the HSG. I think it was like on cycle day, like 7 of April of this year. And I got my little notes right here because I have bad memory. But I'm gonna be as accurate as I can because I wrote my little notes down. So I ended up going to get an HSG done. And I explained to her, I said that the first time that I got it done, the doctor, she basically put the dye through and it went straight through one tube, and the other one, she said it was just probably a spasm or something because it didn't go through there. And she was like, okay, well, we're gonna check the same thing. Well, when she did it, it did the exact same thing. It went through I was looking at it the right, so it was really the left tube, and the right tube didn't go through. And she said that whatever they do, pushed it through, and it still wouldn't unspaz, if that's a word, on the other side. So she diagnosed me with having partially blocked, or one blocked tube, and the other one, in her opinion, didn't flow as free as she liked it to. So she immediately told me that my next step was gonna either be, okay, she said I'm not a good candidate for IUI because that my other tube didn't flow as freely and that I had a higher chance for ectopic pregnancy. And then she referred me to in vitro something. It's not in vitro fertilization. It's not IVF. It's another procedure that's kind of in between IUI and IVF. Unfortunately, my insurance still doesn't cover that treatment either. It only covers the IUI treatment. So I'm still, just distraught, like, y'all want me to pay $5,000 and I don't have $5,000. So, I went home that day and started looking up for loans and all this kind of stuff. And, I was just so distraught whenever, my tube. And I think more of it was because I had the HSG years ago and it said the same thing. And the doctor didn't go the extra step to see whether or not, it really was, in fact, blocked, or whether, it was spaz. Because if I would have known this years ago, then I could have been doing something then as versus now, almost 5 years later, because it's still in the same, situation. So that brings us to me YouTubing and searching and trying to find different methods, okay? So for blocked tubes, okay? So I went and I found a product that a lot of people have been advertising, and I also joined a Facebook group that's full of blocked, fallopian tube members. And a lot of the members on there are either have unblocked their tubes or in the process of blocking their tubes. And so, it's an awesome group, and I reach out to them all the time for different questions and concerns. But one product that they are recommending is this product called Doctor's Best High Potency Serapeptase. Okay, so I purchased this like that same weekend after they told me about my issue, and it came like in a day or so. I started taking it April 19th. Today is, May 14th. So it's been about a month, almost a month. And I've been taking this, and then I saw some more blogs and ideas and recommendations for castor oil. For castor oil press packs. Basically, you take like a flannel piece of cloth and you drench it in the castor oil, but don't let it be dripping. Lay it across your abdomen area, and then with a saran wrap lay on top, and then a heating bag or a water bottle, and it's supposed to increase the blood flow to those organs, where all of that fibroid and tissue and all of that nasty gooky stuff is at. So I've been doing this. If you look, oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. This was a full bottle before last night, and after I did my massage last night, I set it down on the floor, and I just fell asleep, you know, with the oil on my body. So, I mean, I got a good penetration last night. But I don't know what happened between me waking up and over through the night. But it spilled all over. And luckily, I have enough to get a little bit of it. Do it over for the next week or so. But I'm going to have to purchase some more. So, that's what I've been doing with that. I also researched herbal tampons. These are herbal tampons. If you see here, it's like a little ball right here. It comes in a vacuum pack thing, and if I take it out, it's gonna be a long piece of string. So I had like kind of mixed feelings about that one at first. But it was like once I started looking at so many videos and success stories and things like that, you know, it's like it can't make me no worse. And, you know, the minute that I feel like that it's not doing what it should be doing, then I just take it out. It's just some herbs, and they're supposed to basically take out all of that tissue, all of that extra stuff, all of those years of sex and yeast infections and bacteria and just all that stuff that's been built up. Because, you know, you can get your colon cleansed, but when do we ever get our vajayjay cleansed? So I'm kind of glad that I'm going through this process, even though, you know, I still want a baby as the final outcome. But, you know, it's okay. And I just put it in today. So I'll take it out Wednesday, and I'm going to make another video, I guess, to show you guys what came up out of me. So that brings us to April 20th. So April 20th, I decided, I was researching some more. I just went through a whole researching kick that weekend. And I saw about herbal remedies and Chinese, specifically Chinese herbal remedies. And I went to an herbal specialist that was in my area. And he performed acupuncture on me. So now I'm doing acupuncture every 2 to 3 weeks, because it's kind of expensive for all that. My insurance doesn't cover it. I have the worst insurance ever. They don't cover anything. They don't cover dental. They don't even cover braces. But anyway, I'll divert. So let me come back. Okay, so these are just some of the tablets, the pills that he prescribed me. For those of you who have tried to conceive or used anything, you know, this is the formula. And when I looked up these, they look like, when I looked them up, the names of each one of these capsules, the purpose of it does go into the this is the name of this one. I'm sorry, I don't speak Chinese, but that's the name of it. The purpose of it does tie into a treatment for breaking down scar tissues, proteins, increasing blood flow, and increasing blood flow and and all those types of positive things that we need to the abdomen area. So I looked it up, and it was okay. So this is what else he prescribed me. This was a personal made formula. Okay, so let me tell y'all, when I walked into this Chinese herbalist, it's like a little herb pharmacy, like how you go into a regular pharmacy and all you see is medicine just piled up on the shelves. Well, I saw herbs, roots, seeds. That's what I saw in his office, just all of it just piled up on the shelf. So I told him what my problem was, and at that time my problem was just the block tubes, because I can ovulate if I take Clomid, obviously, but the block tubes. So he was like, okay, well, you come back here and I'm gonna give you your acupuncture, and then I'm gonna make a formula for you. So this is the formula that he made for me. So it doesn't have a name because he had to physically make this formula for me. And let me show you what it looks like. It's absolutely disgusting, but we do a lot of things. This is what it looks like. So it's like a little powder, and I had to put 3 of those in like just like an ounce, 2 ounces of water, about the size of a shot, and just stir it up. I just took it before I sat down here. Stir it up, take it, and then put some more water in it to get the debris, and then drink that in there, and then that's what that is. And then you take 5 of each one of these little pills. This is how small they are. They're really small, so it's not like a big deal. See, they're like this small. So you take 5 of those and 5 of the other ones. They're the same size also. And twice a day right after I eat. So my routine is kind of, because the serapeptase I have to take on an empty stomach. So the way my routine goes is, as soon as I open my eyes, I'll take 2 tablets of this. And then I'll get ready for work and all that kind of stuff, because I know that that's going to at least take me an hour or so to get ready for work. So I get ready for work, and then before I leave out the door, I'll either take these with me, or I'll make like a little formula for on the way to work, so that I can just, as I'm eating, I finish eating real quick and then just take it real quick, because I'm a teacher and I don't really feel like having all that. Kids asking, Miss, what is that? I mean, like, none of your damn business. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of my routine for that. And then like throughout the day, when before lunch comes, then I'll just run and take a couple of these, one more again, and then eat lunch. But if I don't make it to take this before lunch, then I'll just wait a couple of hours and take a couple after lunch. And then by that time, come home, eat dinner, and then I'll take this again. So in all, this has 120,000 units. And I'll probably take about, honestly, I take about 6 of them a day. I can take anywhere from 4 to 6 of them a day. Because when I take 2 when I get up. I'll take 2 during the day. And then I'll take 2. I might take 2 more that night. I might not. So that's why I say at least 4 to 6. So anywhere from 400,000 to 600,000 units of these. And all it is an enzyme treatment. Now, my question for you TTCers, I haven't told my herbalist about all of the stuff that I'm doing, and I am, but for anybody who did seek out a Chinese herbalist and they prescribed you some herbs, did you take anything else with it, or did you just take just the herbs? Because the guy, he was like 3 months and you'll be good. I got you. That's basically, he was Chinese, so that wasn't his lingo, but 3 months and you should be good. You need to go back for another HSG to see if your tube's open. I was like, okay, cool. But I told him that I was taking this, but I don't think he really understood like what it was. And he was like, you don't have to take it anymore. But he didn't say not to take it. He just said you don't have to take it. So, I don't know. So, that's what I've been doing with that. Okay, so I went back to the doctor probably a week after the acupuncture. I started the acupuncture. I went back to the doctor. And okay, so when I went for the HSG, that was like my because then I would have had to wait a whole nother month for HSG because they want to do it right after your period. So when I scheduled my first appointment, they was like, okay, we're going to have to do a HSG next month. Okay, well, I'm about to start my period now. So, okay, well, we can go ahead and do your HSG and then you can have your initial consultation the next week. So when I went to my initial consultation, that brings us back to July. So she, by this time, I'm just like ready for anything. I don't ovulate right. One of my tubes is blocked. The other one isn't that clear. Like, just go ahead and throw something else on my plate by this time. Yeah, whatever. So I go and she shows me that my uterus has freaking fibroid in it, and it's only 3 centimeters, but it's the area where it is that's messed up. Okay, so basically the area where it is messed up. Okay, so I have a fibroid in my uterine cavity. So I drew a picture because I'm a special ed teacher and visual aids do work. They worked for me because I didn't understand what she was talking about. Okay, so this is just a brief picture of a uterus. This is how a uterus is supposed to look. It's the uterine lining and all this kind of stuff, right? Okay, this is my uterus. So if an egg is trying to come in through this way, it is blocked because there is a fibroid inside the lining. My doctor said that she has seen people get pregnant who don't ovulate normally. She has seen people who get pregnant off of one tube. She said that my chances of getting pregnant ever with this fibroid where it is, it's 0 to none. And I had to get it removed. And I'm going to show you something else. So the colored part is what was shaved off by the doctor a year ago. So if you can still see, it still has enough mass of a fibroid inside the cavity. She basically called this the iceberg effect. Like if you're looking out on the water and you see an iceberg, when you look at it on the top, okay, you see what it looks like on the top, but on the bottom it's very massive. And so because you don't know what that looks like on the cavity, that was basically what the problem was. The bulk of the mass was still inside the cavity, and he was supposed to remove that as versus just shaving it off. So that brings us to surgery. And it seems like all about the same time period because I have a surgery scheduled for June 16th, which is about 2 weeks prior to a year anniversary from my last surgery, because I was at the end of June, like June 30th or whatever. And she's going to be able to do it with the machine as versus cutting me open. So she's going to cut the 3 incisions. Still going to be an outpatient. She says it's just small enough for her to be able to do it, that procedure. So what I'm hoping, with me taking all these supplements and massaging my belly and herbal tampons, that by the time I get to her, it'll be like little to nothing for her to take out. And also that my tubes will be open because that 3-month period will be in July. So that'll be a good month recovery from the surgery and the 3-month anniversary for my Chinese herbalist to fix me up. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm gonna post another video. I'm hoping that I can help anyone out there, because sometimes I get in my ruts where I just need to search just to get a feeling of relief. I'm hoping I'm able to give someone that feeling of relief. I'm so sorry that this video is so long. I didn't think that it was going to be this long. But that's what I'm doing. The next video won't be as long because I'll already, I didn't have to catch up on a whole year's worth of stuff for you all. Oh, also, the reason why I did this video today, it's Mother's Day. So, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all you soon to be mothers, happy Mother's Day to all of y'all. So that is all for me, and I will keep you posted on the next step.